In this video, I'll be sharing you 10 tautologies to avoid your daily conversation. First of all, what is a tautology? What is tautology? Tautology is a needless, redundant repetition of a word or a phrase that repeats the same thing twice in an expression. So when you say a word and use another word that means the same thing as the word you've said, that is repetition. For example, if I'm saying shout it loud, shout it out loud, or shout out something out loud, that is tautology because to shout simply means to say something out loud. So using shout it out loud in the same breath is an example of tautology. If I say free gift, somebody gave me a free gift today, that is tautology because gift is supposed to be free. So you can use free and gift in the same breath to mean the same thing. So when you have that repetition in your conversation, we call that tautology. And in language, tautology is usually considered as a mistake. Please note that tautology is not the same thing as reduplication. Reduplication, on the other hand, is the repetition of a word or part of a word or the sound of a word. You're repeating part of a word or a part of the sound of the word to create another in a way to achieve emphasis or certain emotional effect in communication. What I'm trying to say is tautology and reduplication are not the same. The two aren't the same. There's a clear-cut difference between tautology and reduplication. Tautology is usually born out of mistakes, whereas reduplication is often intentionally used. It's often intentional. For example, if I'm saying this class is becoming boring and boring, or the event of the present times are becoming more and more, more and more, more and more. Do you hear that? Or are becoming more and more stranger and stranger, stranger and stranger. That is reduplication. You are repeating a word, reduplication, more and more for the sake of emphasis. So our focus in this video is to show you 10 tautology expressions you must avoid when you speak every time. The first expression says, let's merge the two classes together. Maybe you're a teacher, you're a student, you're just a random communicator, and you say something like, let's merge the two classes together. Now, this is an example of tautology using the word merge and together in the same breath is tautology. This expression is correct, but it's not right when you communicate this way. So what you do is you do away with together because, like I said, merge simply means putting things together, putting two classes together. So simply say, let's put the two classes together. So this word actually combines. This word merge means putting together, combining. So you can say, let's combine together. Combining is like I'm saying, let's combine the two classes together. Using combine and together in the same breath of expression is not grammatically wrong. It is not. And of course, you can always fly. That you speak this way and people allow you to speak this way or understand what you're saying doesn't mean that it's entirely acceptable in language. So you don't say merge, simply say let's merge the two classes, not let's merge the two classes together. The second expression is I received a free gift today. I received a free gift today. Using free and gift in the same breath is an example of tautology, right? So you can say, I have received a free gift today. Simply say, I received a gift today. I received a gift today. This is the right thing to say. Of course, like I said, it's permitted. You're permitted to speak however you want as much as meaning is communicated and as far as you observe or you obey the rules of grammar. This is actually at the level of semantics, just at the level of meaning. So if you're saying free gift shouldn't be the right thing. It should be I received, she received, he received a gift today, not a free gift. A gift is supposed to be free. So like you're saying, I received a free today, a free today. So that is not permitted. Number three, example says, Let's talk about Nigeria's past history. Let's talk about Nigeria's past history. This is where the tautology is past history. Using past and history in the same breath is an example of tautology. The reason is history is an account of past events, of past happenings. So you can use past and history together. This is where the tautology is. The use of past here is where the problem is. So simply say, let's talk about Nigeria's history and not Nigeria's past history. So that is that about that. Let's go to example 4. The next tautology to avoid the conversation is you saying something like, this is my final conclusion on this matter. Here is my final conclusion on this matter. Using the words final and conclusion in the same breath is an example of tautology. So this is where the problem is. Okay, let me underline all first of all, circle. The problem is with the use of final because a conclusion is supposed to come at the end of something or of a conversation or of a submission. So you can say, this is my final conclusion. You have to take a final. Simply say, this is my conclusion on this matter. This is my final conclusion. Conclusion is supposed to be final. So you can say, this is my final. Here is my final statement. Here is my final statement on this matter. It doesn't make sense. And in fact, you are not achieving emphasis with that. Remember, I just said that tautology doesn't achieve emphasis. Rather, it is a mistake. It is born out of mistake, unlike reduplication. Reduplications are used to achieve emphasis. They're used for cases of emphasis. So we go to number 5. The end result of promiscuity is more damaging than can be remargined. The end result of promiscuity is more damaging than can be remargined. The use of end result here is where the tautology lies. End result, the end result of promiscuity is more damaging than can be remargined. The end of a thing is the result of a thing. The result you get from something is the end of something. So using end and result is tautology. Simply leave out end and stick with the result of promiscuity is more damaging than can be remargined. Number 6, if you say, my friend collected some cash from the ATM machine. This expression has tautology, and what the tautology is here. ATM machine. ATM machine. Now, the full meaning of the acronym ATM is automated teller machine. Automated teller machine. We have machine here and you have machine here. You don't say, my friends collected some cash at their automated teller machine. That's what you're trying to say. So simply leave out, you cancel out machine. This is where the problem is. So you don't say ATM machine. Let's meet at the ATM machine. I'm heading to the ATM machine. That is tautology. Simply say, I'm going to an ATM around. So that is that about that. We go to number 7. Number 7 says, she received an audit bonus last month. She received an audit bonus last month. This is where the tautology is audit bonus. Added bonus. A bonus, an extra that is added. So you can say, I received an added money. An added money. The bonus is often an added money. So you can say, I received an added money on top of my salary. That makes no sense. So simply leave out added and say, she received a bonus last month. So we go to number 8. So number 8 says, my BVN number is dash, 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 dash. My BVN number is dash, 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 and dash. Now here is where the tautology is. The use of BVN number is where the tautology is coming up from. Now, you don't say number because already in the acronym BVN, you already have number sufficing. The full meaning of this will be, I think BVN is bank verification number. Bank verification number. So my bank verification number is, number makes no sense. So that's a repetition you don't want to allow, you don't want to permit in your conversation. So simply leave out number or you say my BV number and it doesn't make sense to actually speak that way. Simply say my BVN is 2056789 until you have your 11 digits or 12 digits. We come to the penultimate. You must have a passport or an NIN number. You must have a passport or an NIN number. The full meaning of NIN is National Identification Number. National Identification Number. The last N here is where the number is coming out from. Number, National Identification Number. So you can have NIN number, or that you have is NIN, or you say National Identification Number. You cancel out this N, or you cancel out this number. You can have, please call out your National Identification Number. So for those who speak that way, I'm sure that you learned the right thing now. Simply say, can I have your NIN? Can I have your NIN number? It's wrong. Finally, I've closed my account with GTB Bank. I have closed my account with GTB Bank. This is where in tautologies, you don't speak this way. GTB Bank. Guaranteed Trust Bank. The full meaning of GTB is Guaranteed Trust Bank, Guaranteed Trust Bank. The B here is bank. So why call out bank again? That's a tautology you should avoid when you speak. So the right thing should be, I've closed my account, or you can open an account with GTB. But for me, I have closed my account with that bank. Which bank? GT or GTB. I can say GTB Bank. Right. So that is that about this video. Tautologies should be avoided at all costs in your daily conversation. If you watch at this point and you're the champion, make sure you follow for more. If you're watching on YouTube, please ensure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like this content and share to as many who may need it. See you next time. Keep speaking right, keep learning right.